Whakaalawhalahiatu and welcome to our final English bulletin of BCN News for this year. I'm Esther Pavihi. Leading the news tonight, the newly improved Niue Hannon International Airport runway has been given another 30 years of life. Acting Premier and Minister of Infrastructure, Honourable Crossley Tātui, the New Zealand High Commissioner Helen Tana, and Downer contractors took a tour of the newly improved runway on Monday. The BCN News crew was part of this tour and filed this report.
The Acting Premier and Minister for Infrastructure, Honourable Crossley Tātui, while touring the newly improved Hannon International Airport runway, said this was a significant milestone and was grateful to the Government of New Zealand and her people.
The Niue government recognizes that this is a very significant milestone asset for Niue, and I'm most grateful to the Government of New Zealand and her people for the great assistance. More so the contractors on the ground who are able to work together with us. And Her Excellency Helen Tana, all this time, despite the challenges, the impacts of COVID-19, the change in weather patterns, more rain than we used to encounter, we finally made it with all the great effort and contributions.
Downer's project manager Greg Smart explains that 27,000 of asphalt was used to reseal the 2.3 kilometers long and 45 meters wide runway. Smart says Niue's airport is actually 10 meters longer than the Rarotonga Airport runway, but is fairly similar in length to the other Pacific runways.
Niue's runway is very typical of Pacific runways, and that's why we just asphalted the existing. There was no need to widen it or lengthen it. The strength of the runway was good, the shape of it was good, it was just getting old. It just needed to be renewed. Otherwise there would have been problems with planes coming and landing on the surface. That was starting to degrade. It was oxidising, there were little cracks, stones were falling off. It was just getting to the stage, it was just done at just the right time to give another 30 years of life.
Her Excellency Helen Tana stated that she is happy the project is all done, as this will benefit the island's economy significantly.
Excellent to have it finished. It has been a long project that's really showcased the collaboration between the Niue crew that worked on it and all the officials that worked on it in New Zealand, and it really is going to secure the airstrip or the air runway for another 30 years, which is really important for the economy, for those people links, and just to keep the flights continuing. We're just really pleased that the cooperation as well from the Cabinet to enable the working on a couple of Sundays. We'd just like to acknowledge that has made all the difference in getting it completed just at the end of this financial year or calendar year.
The program began in 2021 and is expected to be fully completed mid-next year. A total of 85 expatriates worked on the project as well as local crew members.
The outgoing New Zealand High Commissioner to Niue, Helen Tana, sat down with BCN News to speak about her work as a diplomat as she looks back during her time here on the Rock. Here's more. Outgoing New Zealand High Commissioner Her Excellency Helen Tana has been a favourite expatriate amongst the locals. She shares a few of her memorable moments of her time here on the island.
There's been a heap of memorable moments since I've been here, but I think the most important memory for me has been the respect with which the position is held, and so therefore the welcome that I've received wherever I've gone, whether it's in villages in the community, also at government level. I have a soft spot for flag raising. I think it's a wonderful day and people really enjoy it, and it's just a simple celebration of the relationship and of Niue maturing as a nation as well. I enjoy the village show days as well. I got used to having to speak at all of the village show days, which I hadn't appreciated before I came, but the respect and the welcome at those show days and the way the community supports them. I think that some of the memorable moments I have from a tourism perspective are swimming with the whales, but almost as much fun was swimming with the dolphins, which was just amazing with the beautiful blue clear water.
Helen Tana shares her experience working with government leaders over the past 3 years. She arrived on the island when the outbreak of the pandemic had just begun. She said she was very proud of how Niue responded in coordination with New Zealand to keep everyone safe on the island.
I think the first thing really proud of is the way Niue responded in coordination with New Zealand and kept Niue safe. It would have been terrible if the virus had got here ahead of vaccination and ahead of the antivirals being available. So that was a really core focus in those early days, was just how to protect Niue, and Nigel was here at the time, and it dominated all of our work. But I think we came away with a huge amount of respect for the team here that worked on it, the Niue Disaster Council, the hours that those people put in. Nobody knew what the correct answers were in those days, and there was a lot of angst and anxiety about where the correct decisions were being made. But I think we can see now that Niue stayed safe. Yes, there was an economic impact, but hopefully that economic impact will be alleviated over the next couple of years.
She also shares her future plans after she leaves Niue.
I'm going back to see family. While I'm sorry and very sad to be leaving Niue, it's time to go home and see family. So I leave on Friday and a few days in Wellington before going down and spending Christmas with family and friends and taking a short break before rejoining MFAT.
Ms. Tana wishes everyone will make the most of this holiday season as she departs the island for New Zealand tomorrow. And we would like to wish Her Excellency Helen Tana all the very best and Merry Christmas as she heads back to New Zealand. And staying with the diplomatic corps, action on climate change, quality and sustainable infrastructure, and building economic resilience are some key areas that the new Australian High Commissioner to Niue, Her Excellency Katie Stewart, will be focusing on as key areas as she serves her term on the island. Here's Mary Satakala with more.
New Australian High Commissioner to Niue, Her Excellency Katie Stewart, has been enjoying her stay so far on the island and still can't believe she's in Niue, a gem of a country with its kind and warm people. She spoke on some of the key areas of focus between Australia and Niue.
Australia and Niue are long-standing friends. We've had a long relationship with Niue and I hope to strengthen that relationship while I'm here. I'm very proud to be Australia's third High Commissioner here, as one of only 2 countries with permanent representation here. Action on climate is a shared priority for both our governments. Quality, sustainable infrastructure and building economic resilience.
Ms. Stewart also spoke on certain scholarship programs provided by the Australian government.
Currently we have 5 Australia Award Pacific students. We don't have any for 2024 doing the Australia Awards Masters program in Australia, and we'd really like to encourage people to consider that as an opportunity. It's quite a prestigious award, and we'd really like to learn how we could increase the uptake of those scholarships.
Ms. Stewart says the sense of community and the pride in tradition is one of the significant takeaways she's seen while attending some of the events on the island.
The sense of community, the sense of pride in traditions. I remember going to the cultural day at the primary school and seeing some of the children dancing with such strength and just pride in their culture, and then seeing the same children at the awards ceremony receiving their sort of academic awards.
She wishes everyone on the island a very Merry Christmas and to be safe this holiday period. Ms. Stewart will serve a 1-year term on the island.
And Kerry Whaiaonga Puheke wins the Niue Primary School Ducks Award for 2023. The prize was awarded on Friday last week at the school's prize-giving day. In second place, it was Tangi Tose Tohovaka, and third place went to Lihana Heko. Kerry Whaiaonga Puheke is the daughter of Hikitongia Nicola Puheke of Tamakotonga. In second place was Tangi Tose Tohovaka from Hakupu. Tangi is the son of Shane and Tasha Tohovaka. And in third place, Lihana Heko of Alofi North. Lihana is the daughter of Gerard and Shanta Heko. Congratulations to Kerry Puheke on winning Ducks this year, and to all the Year 6 students of Niue Primary School who will be leaving and moving on to Niue High School next year. As we near the end of the year, there's a lot of public interest as to who will be leading several key government departments. Today, the government's employing authority, the Public Service Commission, confirmed that they are finalising the recruitment process. Here's more. The Public Service Commission confirmed to BCN News this morning that they are in the process of finalising and informing the successful candidates for the key positions of Director of Health, Director of Education and the Director of Transport. The Director of Secretariat of the Commission, Sufani Tona, told BCN News in an email that they are also in the final stages of the recruitment of the Chief Medical Officer, with the interviews scheduled for next week. The delays were due to the availability of interview panelists. Meanwhile, the vacant position of the third commissioner remains, and according to the chair of the Public Service Commission, Ida Talangi Hekesi, Cabinet is progressing with their decision and the appointment of the third commissioner, but she hopes this decision will be reached before the end of this year. The vacancy for the third commissioner of the Public Service was announced in July this year, calling for expressions of interest from the public. The appointment of the commissioners of the Public Service is the mandate of Cabinet. Former international rugby league player Tony Iro is currently in Niue for the first time. BCN News caught up with the former rugby league player at the Paliasi grounds yesterday. Here's Mary with more.
Former international rugby league player and professional rugby league coach Tony Iro visited Niue this week, conducting programs focused on spreading the word of rugby league on the island. Iro, who currently works with the New Zealand Warriors in their Pathways and Development Program, has been conducting sessions with students at both the Niue Primary and Niue High School that also included a coaches' conference on Tuesday night.
We've had a full week of development opportunities for the players here. So Saturday we had 18 of Niue's best and finest young men. So we ran a development camp through the day. Today obviously we're with the primary school kids, just getting them some drills and getting them to understand the game of rugby league.
Iro also spoke on the impact that the sport has had in our Pacific nations. Rugby
league's certainly growing in our Pacifica cultures and nations. The Warriors have got a relationship now with Niue, Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, and the Cook Islands, and this is one part of spreading the word.
Iro has been impressed with the enthusiasm shown by the kids having such great energy while donning their New Zealand Warrior gear. The Cook Islands native hopes that there will be more interest from the young generation in the Pacific, as there is a pathway down the track in rugby league in the long term. He returns to New Zealand tomorrow.
And as of yesterday afternoon, the number of active cases of COVID-19 stands at 13. This is according to the latest public information available from Public Health yesterday afternoon. There were 3 active cases detected yesterday, and 3 previous cases had also recovered. As we head closer to the Christmas and New Year period, the message from the Health Department remains for the public to be vigilant, protect yourself and your families from COVID-19 so that we can all enjoy Christmas with our friends and our families here on the Rock. And with Christmas just around the corner, it's that time of the year where we come together with our families and our friends to celebrate the birth of Christ and, of course, celebrate the end of another year, that is 2023. Here are some holiday messages to end our bulletin tonight.
I would just like to say Merry Christmas, have a wonderful holiday with your family and friends. One thing I have learned is Niueans really know how to enjoy themselves, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of singing and dancing and colour, which I love. So wishing everyone a safe and happy holiday period.
I think just really enjoy it. It's going to be funny because I know it's Niue. There'll be no rest. There'll be lots of things on. I know there's a LICO event. There'll be the show by air, the Tri-Nations Golf. There'll be a lot of family that come to visit. Just make the most of it and have a safe and happy Christmas and enjoy it.
Yeah, from the New Zealand Warriors, just wish everyone a really happy Christmas. Have a festive New Year. Stay safe, enjoy yourself, and we'll see you in 2024. Up the Waz.
And on behalf of everyone here at BCN, the Broadcasting Corporation of Niue, we sincerely thank you, our viewers, for being with us throughout this year. And we wish you and your families a very Merry Christmas and a very safe Christmas as well, and a prosperous 2024. We will see you again next year. Until then, Westa Pavihi, good night.